Yeah, we are live.
We are live. Good evening, good morning, good day.
Good
This
morning.
is the BluesGuitar-Com show. I'm your host, Claude Johnson. With me, as always, Silvio Gasquez.
Hello,
How's it going,
everyone.
buddy?
Very good. Doing good. Playing some guitar.
Yeah, play us some licks.
Yeah.
Cool. So, hey, let me ask you, why are there so many good guitarists in Argentina?
I don't know. uh, who knows?
I remember we were talking about that a while ago. Like, I had this subscription program called the Guitar-Com Club, and part of it was the lead guitar gurus. And said, "Hey, Sylvia, find me a bunch of guys." And in like 2 days, you had like 9 guitarists that were all just like amazing. Was that because you already knew them? They were, or are there just a lot of great guitarists in Argentina?
Yeah, both things, I guess. I know a lot of
Yeah.
great
Why do you think?
guitarists. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Uh, well, we have Messi and a lot of good people, right? Talented
Sure.
people. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's not guitar, right?
yeah. But who knows? Maybe it's the meat. It's good meat here.
The hamburger meat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Steak.
yeah.
Could be. Could be.
But I don't know. Just joking.
No, it probably could be. Could be. You know, good food is good energy, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like yesterday's show was a little bit all over the place. I was a little bit off my rhythm, not with the guitar, but just in my head. So we'll have a good show today. I have a lot to talk about. I just filmed a lesson. I kind of want to recap that a little bit, and maybe go a little bit deeper. Just talk about some concepts and stuff. So yeah, it was. How's that guitar sound, by the way? I just plugged in one of my different amps, so hopefully we'll get a little bit better tone today. But I was playing something like I don't know if I'll be able to play it exactly, but something in that. Let's see. So
Nice. Sounds good.
yeah, thanks. This whole kind of idea. I guess there's a lot of ideas in one, but the video I just filmed for YouTube is about using this Pentatonic Harmonies. So like in the 1-4-5, usually the chords, like dominant chords, don't fit in the scale exactly. But if you play just the 1 and 7, it fits. Like there's your 1, and then you have your 4th and 3rd covers the 4 chord, and then 5th and 4 covers the 4 chord. So 1 chord, and then 4 chord, and then 5 chord. I like it because it's like we always love the pentatonic scale, so this is like a way to get more mileage just out of the pentatonic scale and hit those harmonies, you know.
Yeah.
And when you're doing those kind of riffs, it's like I always think it's like so much better to hit the chord tones and get some of the harmony into your single note lines and stuff, you know. So yeah, what's your thoughts on all that? That's a lot to unpack, but
Yeah, maybe it's not my my thing, but yeah, those are good stuff.
But when you're playing licks and stuff, I mean, you're using a lot of arpeggios. You're using a lot of like the same ideas in a different way, like hitting the chord tones, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know
how did
what.
you start combining like scales and arpeggios, or was there, if you were playing, was there ever a moment where you had a big like insight, like a big aha moment into like, oh, if I play arpeggios, it's gonna sound better than just playing a scale.
Yeah, you can sound more melodic, right? Um, but something good is always hear what the chord is playing in the background, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we have A minor, for example, sounding. You can play E minor. You can play E minor. You can play D major 7,
So hold on, which chord are you talking about?
A minor,
Which chord are you talking about? D minor. Okay.
A minor,
Oh, A minor. Okay.
A minor,
So you're
yeah.
saying you over A minor you can play A minor
A
arpeggio,
minor, of course, yeah.
and then
You can play C major 7, for example, over A, right?
right.
So this
So is
will
that
create,
basically so you're basically playing off the third of that chord.
yeah.
I feel
So
like this
I'm
is like a
playing,
big concept that yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'm playing the arpeggios from the root, the third, and the fifth.
Right.
So I'm playing arpeggio from A, C major, and E minor,
Right.
right?
I think this is like a really big concept that I don't think a lot of guitarists really understand. Um, is playing arpeggios off of the degrees. Like I really didn't even understand this probably like maybe 2 years ago. I had heard of it, but I didn't really get it. It's one of those things that when you hear something, but it's like you don't really get it.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And so like I look at it more from like I haven't practiced enough with the minor. I'm more used to doing it off the dominant, but so I'll just explain it from my point of view from the dominant chord, but we'll talk about the minor chord. But so like yeah, if you're in like this is the blues show. We'll get to talk about it from the blues.
Yeah.
If you're in an A blues, you obviously have your A dominant 7, but then you also have, if you look at that arpeggio, the third degree, you build an arpeggio off of that, staying in the scale. In this case, would be the A mixolydian. You end up with the C sharp minor 7 flat 5. You basically get the 9 chord, the 9th degree in that,
Right.
and then you go up to your 5th. Then it becomes your E minor. But so I guess what confused, and it's like not that complicated. You just start an arpeggio on each degree and stay within the scale. But I guess like what confused me about it is, like as you go through, you get farther and farther away from that A. Like the last degree, you could build it off the 7th, which would be like a G major 7. But then it's like I got confused because I was thinking, well, that's like a totally different chord. Like you're just going through, and you're not like, what does that have to do with the A7? But that's the thing. It's like all the notes like wrap around. It's like there's only 12 notes, and they just wrap around. Just a way to organize it. So don't. It's one of those things that like, I would just overthink it. Like don't overthink it. It's just you could use all those sounds. In fact, like there was like a blues song that was in A flat. It was going to that major, that major 7th off the 7th. So there's different sounds, back to the key of A. You can go like, feel like I'm slipping out of tune a little bit here, but. So, yeah, the different progressions, you know. But it's like, they're just like different ways to combine it, and they all work. If in blues, like you could relate it back, like the minor 7, you could go back to the. I always try to resolve it back to the root to make it make sense in my head, you know. And then, like you were saying, if you're in a minor key, you could do the same thing. I guess it would be Dorian, or how are you looking at that?
No, it's not Dorian. It's just a minor.
Just minor.
Minor, yeah.
It's just minor scale. Okay.
Right. So when you play, for example, C major 7, and we have an E minor, this chord will add a 9 here, which is B,
Yep.
and a 7, right? The 7 from A, right?
Say it again, buddy.
So
say it again. I got distracted. My brain went into cloud 9.
Okay, so a C major 7 arpeggio will add a 9 to the A minor, right? A 9 and a 7.
Right.
And a 7.
Okay, so you're saying when you do this, that's the 7th of the C, but it's the 9th of the A.
Right, yeah. And it has also a G note right here, and this is the 7 from A.
Right.
So the final result is this, right? So this will spice up your lead lines, right?
Yeah, cool.
Got it?
Yeah, man.
Also, if you play E minor 7 over A, again we have B, which is the 9 from A minor, right? The 7 also.
So
G.
A minor chord, and then you're playing the E minor arpeggio.
E minor 7, right? And this E minor 7 will add an 11 also, which is D, right?
Right.
So this
You're getting the 11th then.
the 11, yeah. So we get
Right.
7, 9, and 11 by playing this simple arpeggio. Right?
Yeah. So when you play all these licks, it's like how do you play it and still sound good? It's like when you're not playing, it's just like, yeah, that's like the big challenge I think for a lot of for me and a lot of guitarists. It's like how do you stay musical and like is it
I think you don't have to play like exercises, like, right? So more with more rhythm.
right?
And not just.
Right. It's all about the groove, right?
Yeah, right.
But sometimes, like when I see you shred, it doesn't look like you're trying to play it. You're just shredding, but it still sounds great. But is that just because you've already put in the work to just play with groove, and then sometimes you can just go off?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think It's years and years of playing, right? Yeah.
Well, one thing I noticed is like if I'm playing like a rhythm part and adding the lead part, um, like the longer that I stay on the rhythm, then the longer I can go on the lead. So for example, like let's say if in the A, if I play like a short riff, like I can play like a short lick, but if I play a longer riff, then it's like the longer lead sounds okay.
Right.
It's weird
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of like you have to balance out.
Right.
So
That's
anyway, back to back to the lesson what I was talking about. Another thing I wanted the like topic that this brings up is um, like turning licks into riffs. Like I noticed like when I play something like this, I'm very aware of the rhythm. Like this is a pickup note, and then it really starts on the one here. So it's like a trip D trip D trip D. Or sometimes I'll start on the root like. But it's like the concept of licks versus riffs, where a lick is just could be sort of anywhere, but a riff is like more of a distinct rhythm, where it's like you're starting on a specific place. It's like more defined, you know. What's your take on that? How do you think about that kind of stuff?
I don't know actually.
You don't think about it?
I,
Or for you, is it more about the song, or what? How are you looking at it?
Yeah, maybe it's like I don't think too much. I just play and yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very analytical. Sometimes I try to figure things out in my brain where it's like it makes more sense, but it's like I think for like because I've gotten more into like solo blues guitar, that's like forces me to think about some of these things, like, and especially when I do the teaching, I started getting into like I don't know where it came from, but this style where it's like a lot of single note riffs, kind of like this is combining with that idea of the sevenths, but it's that kind of stuff. So yeah, I lost the train there, but yeah. So, but the idea, you know what I'm saying? Like it's this idea of just doing those kind of flowing style. I think there was a guitarist called Earl Hooker who would do a lot of that stuff, but I don't know. It's just like something that I'm kind of exploring right now. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not much into that. I like more to play over backing tracks and that kind of
Right.
thing, right? Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's good. It's good.
Yeah. No, I just I don't know. I feel like I did that too much in my youth. I played too much with. Don't get me wrong; it was a great thing to do. I feel like I built a really good foundation for improvising. But I would always back in those days, we didn't really have backing tracks. There were
Right.
kind of some you could buy, but I would just play with the radio. I would put it on, and I would like refuse to even like think about what key I was in. I just wanted to like close my eyes and hear the melodies. When I was a beginner, that was all I really heard was the melodies. So, yeah, and it was like I always played like too much lead and not enough rhythm. So I kind of
Right.
rebelled against my earlier self, where in the last several years I'm like, you know, screw backing tracks. I'm just gonna like, I need to be a better rhythm guitarist, you know, and play the
Yeah, that
instruments. Um,
I I used to do that also. I used to play records and play along the records, you know,
right.
and try
Yeah,
to
it's great practice. I think.
yeah, I try to fit the licks I was learning. Uh,
Right.
I was trying to apply all that to the backing tracks. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, it's great practice. I remember
yeah,
about a year ago, I was like, I was experimenting with some like licks, and I remember I sent you a recording on Skype. I was like, hey, what do you like? And I'm like trying to find my style, and then you were like, well, like, what do you were trying saying something like, you need to like play real music or something like that. So that got me more into like the blues and just like playing through the progression. I don't know. I think it's really powerful. So
right,
when I'm
yeah,
doing some of that stuff, it's like I'm hitting the, I'm going through the 1-4-5 as I'm doing some of that. It's helping me kind of find my style. But yeah, it's good stuff.
good.
I think
Yes.
another thing that another part of this like lick is like this rhythm of like, you know, I was doing like this little pull off. It's weird because it's like it's almost like a beginner thing. Like we all kind of find those little, oh, I can play fast notes by just doing the hammer on pull off and maybe going down the next string. But I find that it's actually a really good rhythmic idea, and I sort of was analyzing it. So it's like what it is like three notes. That's a triplet, but it's squeezed into two notes of another triplet. So if the rhythm is like one, two, trip, D, so instead of like, it'd be like, so instead of like,
Right.
when I hit that, that's like a two notes of the triplet. Like when I count trip, D, that's basically a two and a one. Like a, you know what I'm saying? Like a triplet. Instead of triple T, triple T, triple T, triple T. It's just a
Right.
trip. So this trip, instead of that trip D, it's. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's a cool rhythm. But in general, it's like I'm trying to find these rhythms and analyze them and understand more what I'm playing. Do you ever like look at the rhythms that you're playing from that point of view, or what?
I think I never took special care to know what I was playing, right? It's more like I just play and
Right,
right. This
right, yeah, yeah, that's cool.
but yeah.
That fast part at the end, what was that? That was
Uh, this this
yeah. What key are you in?
in A.
In A.
A, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like you were doing some of this like. It's like almost like you were doing similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that kind of.
yeah. That
It's
sounded
like
almost like a chicken picking kind of.
right, yeah.
Was that like something like this?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Is that on 2 strings or 3?
Two strings. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're going 7th fret, and then 6. So on the G string, you're going like just down 1 fret at a time.
Yeah. It's like a pedal note, right?
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So.
I love that lick. So yeah, but I feel like I can't play it quite that fast as smoothly as you can. So did you have to practice that?
Yeah, you can start doing jazz, right?
Right. Is that how you work up the speed? Just yeah.
Right. You start very slow and then start increasing. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna work on that.
You can add another strings also. You can do, for example, right?
Wow, that is great.
Yeah.
That's
Good
gonna
licks.
give me something to work on.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you went up to this string. So you went up to here.
You can play any note, but yeah, I was doing. So I was adding this and this also. So it's. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. You can go here, for example. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it sounds more complicated than it is. It just sounds so good because it's fast and smooth.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's pretty simple, right?
Yeah. So
It's
you're doing,
easier
like,
than.
picky.
Yeah, you can add
easier than
another. It's easier than the riff you were playing.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Cool, man. Yeah. So, anyway, hopefully that's a lot of good ideas for you guys. Yeah, if you like Silvio's technique, all his stuff, we'll give a quick plug. You can get his lessons at guitarcontrol.com/shred. If you like what I'm showing with the blues stuff, you can get my free blues course, BluesGuitar.com/secrets. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the blues show. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep talking about the blues guitar, blues guitarists. We're going to keep putting out content and giving more of you guys of what you like. So, yeah, good show, Silvio.
Hey,
Keep
thank you.
riffing, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.